Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing a quick unboxing video of my latest trail camera purchase. As I do with all my other videos, just in case there's somebody else out there who's considering buying this item. This is the Apeman 16 megapixel mini trail camera. Now I've used Apeman cameras before and they've worked really well, but this one intrigued me because of the size of it. So I'm going to give a quick glimpse of the box. Hopefully you're going to be able to see this okay. And I will put a link out to the item. I bought it off of Amazon in case there's anybody else who's interested in buying the same item. So, instruction manual. It's really cool. This thing was considerably cheap, and it's a pretty good deal when you consider that they're giving you a 16 gigabyte memory card, and it's SanDisk, so it's not some generic no-name brand. So that's a cool bonus. It's like a thank you card. A mounting bracket. It's kind of the standard mounting bracket that most of the cameras coming out of China are using. It's just a metal base with some arms, and you basically put one in through the base, the other in through the bottom of the camera, and that's what holds it. I personally don't use these. I use some arms that are sold by Stealth Cam, which is another camera manufacturer, and I'm not a big fan of their cameras, but the Stealth Cam arms work really well. And then the standard strap that you can run through the back of the camera and around a tree. Wow, this thing is tiny. I love it. So one thing I will mention, it does have a port for a 6-volt plug-in if you want to use a solar panel or even run electrical cable to it. But most cameras have a mounting bracket or a threaded bottom, so you can run this. This one doesn't have it, probably because of the size. So if you're going to use a mounting bracket, you would have to attach it to the arm in the back. It's no big deal. Here's where you would run your if you're going to use the strap, you would run it through the back right here. Man, I cannot wait to try this thing out. The main reason I like this camera is I can't stand these cameras that have to run on 8 AA batteries. This one only runs on 4 AA batteries, which is great. There's a quick glimpse at it. I was trying to figure out where the SD card goes. It goes in the top, which is kind of different. So anyway, there's a quick look at the camera. I'm going to tell you what I'll do. Maybe I'll get some batteries put in it and I'll go through the setup and then we'll put it out, see what kind of images it takes. Okay, so I'm hoping you're going to be able to see this. I might actually cut off the light. It might be easier for you to see. I wanted to go real quick through the settings of this camera. It's really pretty easy, but I will say I did have to open the instruction manual to figure it out. Usually you can just cut on a camera and start doing it. For the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to get to the menu, but I'll walk you through it. Got the memory card in, got my 4 AA batteries in. I will say this, these are used batteries, so when you see my battery life at like 30% or something, that's why. I took these out of another camera. The warning on here does recommend that you format the memory card before you use the camera, which I always recommend doing that for any camera. But I'll walk you through. There's really nothing to it. It's pretty basic. The only thing that's a little bit tricky is when you get into the camera, there's a on position and an off position for your button. There's an up arrow, down arrow, and an OK. The way you get into your menu is you press this up arrow and you hold it. And that takes you into your menu. Where some bigger cameras have an actual menu button or a setting over here on the switch. This one doesn't. You just press the up arrow. And if you hold it down, that's how you get in and out of your menu. So if you want to get out of it, you just press and hold it again, and you're out. Well, sorry. There you go. When you want to go back into your menu, again, press and hold it, you're in the menu. So I'm going to cut off the light. I think you're going to be able to see it better, and we'll just go through real quick just to show you some of the options you've got in here. It's pretty standard if you've used any of these cameras before. And I hope you can see this okay. But, oh, yeah, if you don't do anything, it takes you out of the menu option. So I'm going to go back in there So for example, just going from top to bottom, you've got a monitor delay, so you can set how long before it gets out of the display mode and cuts off your monitor. So 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You can go into your mode. Do you want to do pictures, video, or pictures and video whenever the camera is triggered? You can go into your photo size, and all you're going to do, just like any other camera, is you're going to just choose what you want, click OK, go down to the next menu item. Your video size, do you want 1080p, 720p, so on and so forth. We'll go on 1080p. Picture number, do you start at number 1, or what number do you start at? How long do you want your video length to be? They've got a lot of options in here. 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm gonna do 20 seconds. And so on and so forth. Your interval, this is how often does the camera reset itself. So I can set it for 1 minute, and that basically means, hey, once it's been triggered, don't let it be triggered again for a minute. Time lapse, that would be if you're wanting to take a picture at the same time every day, regardless if something triggers the camera or not. Not going to use that. You can choose whether or not you want the timestamp on your images and videos or not. Time switch, you can do a password, you can do a serial number, you can set your sensitivity, set your language, you can format your SD card from the menu, you can set your clock, you can restore it back to default settings, you can cut off this beeping noise. Now, it won't beep. Do you want to record volume on your videos? And that's basically it. So that's just a real quick glance. Once you've got everything set the way you want, you just press and hold the menu button, or you just let it time out and it'll go back to it. And then you put your camera out and it'll start arming itself. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off now. And we'll put it out and see if we capture anything on the camera. I hope this video helps. Let me know if you've got any questions. Thanks.